We return to episode 75 of 20-Sided Tales, Champion's Whale. Where we had left off, you guys had gone through a gauntlet of undead giants and Draugr fighting your way to the very hidden pinnacles of the Marbrook Range, wherein you did a titanic battle with the Rot Hulk Mongra, the champion of Pluto, and the other giants which rose up from the snowbanks. Throughout the melee, our heroes were cast from one side of this frozen courtyard to another, and things were looking most grim when even the hardy uh, Alikos was devoured within this creature. But Agnesia, with her flaming wings still beating, and a hope in her heart and an anger, I was able to invoke some of her greatest of magics and tore the Mongerer apart with flames uh, of searing web. And with that, the enemy was laid low. The remaining giants seemed to prostrate up towards the peak of this place, up the ice slide from which the champion came, leaving the rest of you to your own devices to mend your wounds. And so you've collectively, just in the nick of time before freezing over, pulled off into one of the structures here and put up a magical tiny hut, a dome to protect you, and are just kind of going over one another's wounds, looking at some of the things you had collected, the strange cinemas broken blade you had taken off this thing's ear like a piercing, as well as the shackles that were ripped from its side by Adlin near the end of the fight. And so we see you all sitting there amongst us. And Sana, we kind of zoom in on her. She appears to be in this sort of meditative state, channeling
She's
something.
sitting cross-legged in the center of the hut. She has two of her fingers pressed together, her thumbs pressed together in a sort of pyramid, and is focusing, her head hung down. And we see her, she always has a slight glow on her, but now her spectral wings seem to solidify a bit as she gives off some of her own natural radiance to her friends. And I use Wave of Life to heal those around me. You all get washed over with this nice, calming, just like the feeling of sunshine on like a cloudy day, or rain on a sunshine on a rainy day. Take it. I can't speak. You all get 11 healing.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, so you all have a little bit of a glow. Her own glow seems to soften a bit, getting less potent.
Everybody got 10 hit points from Agni.
That too. Right.
And the only thing Adel will do is he'll start passing around the Pumpkin King mug. It is currently set to a spice wine. Just pass that around.
I'm gonna put a little bit of produce flame underneath it to hit like heated, like hot spice wine. Really like
There you go.
for the soul.
Nice. Oh, that sounds
Pass it
awesome.
around.
You're sitting around sipping on that. These shackles appear most malevolent and powerful, made of masterfully crafted, yet all at once crude-looking metals with strange writing and glyphs.
Writing isn't infernal, is it?
It is.
God damn it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start giving it a look over.
You essentially read out what it is. In a manner, they are the shackles of Acheron. You have no idea what that means. You're able to repeat these words that you read.
Huh. That's odd.
What did you find?
There's some other
Shackles
things
of
written on
Acheron.
it as well. Corpse terror, dread biter, worm of underrealms, spawn of the dark one.
And then what I imagine is a very large amount of pseudonyms.
Hmm.
I don't know.
What did
It
it say
does.
again? Sorry.
It seems to read out like all these different pseudonyms, and it gives the sense to the context of it that this is meant for these shackles of Acheron are meant for whatever all these pseudonyms are.
If you give me time, I could tell you exactly what it is.
I mean, if you, uh, Sana, that was actually something I wanted to show you when I asked you to come with me to Mossfield.
Oh.
Well, no. There's you're gonna use a spell, a bit of magic, to be able to try to like look into what this is, right?
Yes.
So a friend of ours, Trip, she went to go do the same with one of the objects we have put away, and well, it hurt her while she did it.
Is she all right?
We're, uh, I mean, yeah, she was fine afterwards. This was a while back, but the point is, we're on a mountain by ourselves right now. Maybe we should do it later.
Oh, all right. Good to know. Thank you. See, she kind of recoils a bit from it now.
Yeah, just somewhere where we're not possibly in immediate danger. But hey, you know what? There's plenty of room to dig around and look around as we are up here after this is settled, hopefully. There's left out.
Nods and see it up. We still have the. And she nods to the three giants now kneeling before the building across. Are we all good to go?
Let's finish
Hope so.
this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alikos here, take some wine. Look, this is the only way we're gonna make it through this day, I think.
Ah, it's warm.
Yes. Take it.
You are. You know what's funny? I just realized something. It's been. We haven't not once got mayonnaise out of that pumpkin mug since we entered the Feywild.
Do you want to know why? I really don't like mayonnaise.
Really? That's
Yes.
quite surprising. It's rather.
It just has too much oil. Yeah, it just has too much oil for me. Like, a little bit's fine, but that much, you don't need that much.
I love the flavor.
Time like this. Time like this, I think spiced wine is what you're looking for.
Yeah. But, oh, yeah. So. But yeah, no, later on, like, when we're coming back down, hopefully if, like, I'm honestly hoping that once we close this up, that everyone else, all these giants just kind of stop. You know what I mean? But after that, we can sit here, take a look around, and everything. Because, uh, yeah, because like I think that Sana, you'd get a bit out of looking at that disc more, right? You said there was some historical whatever there.
There's
Yes, I could take the time to look at whatever we need.
Yeah.
I don't think we're done here just yet.
No, not yet. We still got to climb to the top.
Bowing creepily outside of a temple.
Yep.
Gotta deal with that.
Yeah. All right, we ready?
Gives you a
Nice.
determined nod.
All right.
If I have a healing potion, I might take it solo. I don't have one. Oh, yes, I do. I have one. Maybe not.
Agni, if you're still hurt, I could try and help you the best I can, but keep in mind I won't be able to do it for a while after. It's not healthy to keep moving the joints the way I would need to.
This is up to you. I feel like I've pushed myself a lot today. That's all. He's got about 30 hit points, including the temp, so 16 and then 15 temp. If it's up to you. I can also cure wounds myself at 5th level if I need to.
Might be best for me to wait.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah. We're just waiting for Silver to get back.
Yeah, we're...
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point there.
Kind of his whole thing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Hey man, we finished your arc while you were eating hot dogs.
Finished an arc.
No,
No.
but I meant this little bit anyway. I doubt we will, but still.
So what exactly do I need to look at? Obviously not now.
Oh, I mean,
How
like,
many things?
any of the stuff on some of these undead giants, they could be historical or whatever. I don't know. I just remember you said something about the disc when you saw it getting tossed.
Okay, so the disc, the manacles, anything else?
Yeah.
Save the trouble
His
with the
axe?
disc.
I don't
It
know.
weighs 500 pounds and you're unable to move
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
And it's not magical, it's just lead. It's just a
No,
lead
it's
disc.
just heavy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's just lead, as far as I
Oh
can
yeah,
tell.
no,
I imagine
yeah, no,
like
I was
goes
more
up
meaning
to where
like
it
that.
was.
But actually, the gauntlet is magnetic. There was a way to ground the magnetism or to have it on. That's how he was calling the thing back. Not
Cool.
magical, just giant technology.
Technology.
Yeah,
Oh.
magnetic rocks and things.
Never hear
The
that.
shackles, you're identifying them right now?
I think we said we were gonna wait on that.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. She's not saying right now.
The off chance
That's
it like damages her like the malevolent lance did.
Alright, if
What
that's
did it-
you think is if that's what you guys think is best. You're just gonna carry these on your persons? They weigh about 50 pounds. Sorry, 54 pounds.
Does
What
it
did
look
it
like I
take
could
to
fit them
cure
in the
Trip
haversack?
again?
Oh hell no. They look like they're made to restrain something much bigger than you.
Do we want to check them here then?
And they're spiked,
stop.
like they will tear the bag open.
Do you remember what spell
yeah,
it took to cure Trip after that happened? I just wanna... Was it
I
Greater
think
Restoration?
she just took. No, she just took damage if I remember right.
Didn't something
Just-
fuck with her brain?
Alright, that's enough.
Yeah.
I can only write so many charges and mechanists in a minute against you guys. So, you're like, what does that mean? You'll find out one day. Yeah, roll your identify, what you got a pearl and all that. So you
I don't. I take out my orb
there you go.
and I put my fingers through the orb and pluck out this ethereal looking pearl to cast identify as a ritual.
You have just flashes in your mind of maybe what this is. You're not sure. You just hear a lot of clanking metal in your mind at first. Perpetual clanking metal. Like, think tectonic movement, like plates of earth moving, but made of metal. terrible grinding. And you hear crunching and like eating. And these are legendary. It's a legendary artifact made by the gods of war.
Oh,
And they're infernal of make. They have one purpose and one purpose alone. And that is to either contain or destroy one very particular dragon.
I know who that dragon is, right? That
Maybe you
like,
just have like all these things kind of start like rolling into you as you come out of the identified. Like no harm comes if you just kind of flooded with this strange, like esoteric, ancient information of obscure lore from the discordant eras, and like
discordant.
these these are made to be placed on a creature, which that now that you think about it should be dead, because it was destroyed along with Jotunheim and many other realms as well. Yeah, Sana, go ahead. What do you
All
say
right.
to everybody?
Yeah, I imagine the whole time she was identifying, her brow was furrowed very harshly, kind of twitching. You could see the movement underneath her eyes. She's trying to focus on the information she needs, trying to block out that white noise of clanking metal. Eventually, she looks up, still frowning, looks to all of them. These are... they're something you only really hear about in legend, and for... She frowns. This is for the Dark One, spawn of the Dark One, Nidhogg. Supposed it's supposed to be gone. I'm sorry, I'm a little frazzled.
Wouldn't also happen to have a name by let's see, Sturzenrat? Just checking.
No.
Good.
He
Okay,
just
cool.
says some random far realm stuff to you to test you. No, there's no fucking relation whatsoever.
Shakes her head.
Thank God for that.
No, it does have many names. Corpse Terror, Dreadbiter, He Who Strikes with Malice.
And as you're talking
Yeah.
about this, Alikos knows some in his personal folklore of his people. There was, a cataclysmic event, a creature that used to eat at the roots of the world, spawn of like the first world serpent. This is kind of flooding to Alikos as well. But he's choking on his words, almost as if his words were hot dogs.
No, he's not saying anything. He's not interrupting her.
She does look at you, Alikos, and say, don't you...
Yes.
So you know. You have to,
Not
right?
as much as the shamans, but I'm aware of the tales.
World
Yes,
serpent,
the,
is that what you said? Anna, is that what you said? World serpent?
I don't know if it goes by that name. Nidhogg is the one I'm familiar with. Spawn of the Dark One.
Okay. Okay, did you the DM just say spawn of the world serpent?
Yeah, the DM did.
Say that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sana. It's starting to click to me.
What?
The world serpents. It feast on the world tree, on this plane, this world. That's how it thrives. And when the end days come, it'll attempt to eat the world tree in its entirety. However, there's an old prophecy it was said that the god of wars, the gods of war, I should say, would be the ones to defeat it. Kind of looking at you, Agni. I do not know how, but they will. And I believe this is where they find their champions for the end of days. Which, if the other prophecies are true with the heavens unraveling, it may be closer than we think.
Oh my.
Kind of gives a look to the half-broken sword and then to Adeline, and then this kind of like this cocked, slightly saddened look, actually, but doesn't say a word. So he breaks his gaze away from you.
This is the World Serpent DM.
Oh my.
Jazirian,
And
the
there's
World
many
Serpent.
different religions look at it in many different ways. Some, the devil,
Maybe-
charming, just a charming man in most like, caucus general cultures, but there's, more people, there's people who look at it like a Quetzalcoatl and like, but there's some people who take it quite literally and think that at one point before recorded history, before there was even mortals, that there was a serpent so large it was gonna, it surrounded the whole entire celestial system, not just the world, and like was gonna crush it, but it didn't. And its spine is the mountain range that extends over the entire world, or some people think it does. The Marbrook Range is a part of that chain of mountains.
Agni reaches kind of
And
underneath her
Jazirian,
skirt. Yeah, and pulls out
Jazirian-
the holy symbol that she has.
Yazirian is like the antithesis to the world serpent, the exact opposite. He is like a concentric circle, like a protective thing around the world. He's Jazirian to some cultures is the god before God.
Okay, because he's called the World Serpent here on the
Yeah,
on the
and
page.
his body is believed to have been given to actually create the elemental wheel. The elemental wheel is
Okay.
actually just inside of him, and the elemental wheel is like the battery that runs the celestial construct of the universe.
Looking at the image
The
of
Jazirian and Dendar, or whatever you want to call him, the World Serpent, Asmodeus, many different cultures have different names. They're antitheses, opposites of each other.
looking at
And
the
this thing that she's talking about, Nidhogg, would be an offspring of that one.
okay. So, okay. For a second I was
Creation.
like shit, offspring of the World Serpent, but my dude's the World Serpent. Okay.
Different World
Two
Serpents.
different World Serpents.
There's
Okay.
There's two World Serpents.
Got the good one. Okay.
And I guess as you guys are talking, you're filling the blanks for each other, the folklore that Alikos knows and the studying that Sana's life has given her.
If I look at the elemental conflicts that I have, it looks kind of vaguely Nordic when I'm looking at the image you have here. Does it look similar to some of the giant stuff we're seeing up here?
In a way. I mean, there's no dragon or like serpent iconography here.
Mm.
But
The runes that are on
you
it, have
could
I
say
seen
it's
a
similar.
see
It
a
seems
similar
it's
language?
old.
Okay.
Well,
He shares
either way, oh god.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was. Go ahead.
Just shows the elemental conflux. I don't know if you guys have much seen it. I don't know if want to just share the image of it with the rest of the so they can see what I'm looking at. This is the symbol of Jazirian, which is the world serpent. That's not that one. Antithesis of it.
Dendar, Asmodeus,
Dar,
a
Asmodeus.
million other names. Those are like the big ones. Dendar being like the one that would have the cultural same meaning to Jazirian. Asmodeus being like the real world standard of the ultimate evil guy, the devil behind the scenes, the big bad.
Dendar
By
is another name for
by general
him.
understanding of religion. There's many different names.
I woke up with this after I died and Andori found me. And it seems to be the opposite of whatever this Dendar is.
Well,
Thought I'd put that out there.
only thing
Rogues
I'm
lead.
getting out of every. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That was it.
Oh no, I was just saying I'm not real sure about all that, but long story short, we ought to carry that with us.
Yes, if Hoten's sons have returned, then Nidhogg might not be so far behind.
All right, well I can't carry it. It's about the size of me for the love of all that's good.
And something that Alico says kind of rings to you a bit there, Sana, that, in his culture, it was believed that the gods of war did defeat it. And yes, in many ways they did, because a lot of realms were just straight up destroyed, cast into the void, along with the things that were in it at the time. But it seems Alico's folklore is no longer now up to date, because new prophecies have... Anyhow, yeah, Adeline is like holding up the manacles. They are a bit encumbering for him to effectively use.
Elikos?
Is there something more must be said?
No, I was actually just asking, can you please take these? They are actively about to knock me over.
I could also summon something to help us with that.
Sure. Either way, just really, I need to set these down. They are god awful heavy. All right, fine.
And I once again pull from my orb and take a bit of light out and begin laying it out, kind of like moving dough out in a kind of a circle, and I cast, or ritual cast, floating disc.
Man, is there a spell you don't have? Very clever.
I've been around.
The
All right, cool.
shackles of Acheron are placed upon the floating disc behind you, this hovering thin sheet of like mercury.
I also I should have said before that I ritual cast comprehend languages, feeling that there might be some reading to do around this place, and she's very interested in that. This time pulling words from the orb and like looking at them and then putting them back and like trying to build a language out of light.
It's like there used to be a lot of glyph-based magic in here, but enough time and natural weathering has happened that most of it's not functional.
Mm. Right.
But you could like pull the spell Glyph of Warding from here if you were to like take your time. I'm talking like a lot of time, like thawing
Yeah.
this place out. Like, doesn't seem like it's in a current state to be done, but yeah, you find that
Place to come
unlockable
back to.
here as you guys are in a little rest sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got that going up. You can see all the giants are in a way just very lowly, throat singing this whole time.
I think we ought to get up there and close that before any more come wandering through.
Let's just finish this and be done with it.
Mm.
All right, let's go then.
You all begin to make your way out of the shelter of your magical hut, out of the ruin on the inside of this mountain's courtyard, and across. Each step you take crunches as the floor is covered in icy blood from your previous battle. And you start to come up upon those giants who are all just sort of kneeling there, throat singing lowly.
That's odd.
There's nothing like
All right,
inside the building ahead of them. There's no way further. It's just like a dead end in there, and it's essentially just a temple. You can imagine like masses or something being held in there before. On the outside of the building, though, there are steps that lead up to the roof where the ice slide is. The champion of Pluto had carved his way down like a skier.
So we probably need to go higher up. Let's go then.
And it does
Oh.
lead right up into where you can no longer see, just heavily obscured by ice storm clouds. So you guys all begin climbing up together. Go ahead and roll me athletics. Everyone.
Oof.
That's a group fail. Everybody roll
Oh,
a
yeah.
con save. As you guys are slipping and sliding, it is brutal cold, and at times you can't even see. There's a few close calls where people almost like fall off or go sliding all the way back down.
Agni!
Agnesia has to get dragged to the top because she has 2 more points of exhaustion. Adlin has
I got you.
Oh.
Adlin and Sana also have 1 more point of exhaustion and barely make it to the top.
Are you guys
Inicia.
even conscious?
Inicia is going
Yes.
to cast Greater Restoration upon herself because if I get one more, I'm dead.
Oh.
Yeah, well that costs a diamond, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I have it.
Okay, so as you get to the very top, instead of like a Gatorade, she pulls out a diamond and quickly
And
crushes it with what might
takes
you have
a
left.
hit. Just
The hit of the diamond, and yeah, rip a line of it. That's hilarious. And as you guys are like feeling, somewhat safely, since there's nothing trying to kill you, you then hear something shaking behind you as you realize the giants are climbing up as well.
and it carried me up.
Probably Alpha.
I think it's gonna
Hop
be like
on.
a trial thing. I don't know.
I can carry one of you.
Can't keep
Sana.
going. I really can't keep going.
Okay.
As you make it to the top, you get the sense that there's a huge cleave through the mountain here, like a valley. And you've come onto a bridge that comes from one peak of the Marbrook to another, more inner and higher peak of the Marbrook. And on this bridge, other than its snowbanks to the side, is a massive, massive skull. Whatever the creature this belonged to was beyond gargantuan.
Holy crap.
And its mouth serves as the entryway into the smoky dark ahead of you. You can hear the giant climbing behind. Ignitia hits diamond dust, being carried by Alikos at the end there.
Hey, Alikos, can you do me a favor?
Took about 10 minutes to get up.
What?
Light up the sun striker for me. We're
Whooshing!
gonna need some light. All right, cool.
Here, it's yours.
Oh yeah, thanks. Oh God.
So he just reaches out his hand. Spear appears right in it.
Here. Amy casts light on Alikos' spear.
Son, are you
Here
able
you
to keep
go.
moving?
Yes, and whoever isn't, there should be enough room on our desk for someone to sit upon.
Oh, why wasn't I doing that?
Yeah. Sana, you hop on.
Okay.
Agni, kind of points to the desk.
Okay.
So,
And
Very
climbs up
windy.
on it.
You might have got blown off. Just as bad. But yeah, you're now holding on to it, and you guys continue making your way. You can just kind of move whatever your marching formation is.
Yeah.
Who's leading?
That'll admit. I'm on it. Alikos has y'all, so
yep.
add a little. Take the lead there.
Agni's 20 feet behind us on
Got
the
it.
desk.
This skull is like somewhat draconic, almost somewhat like got a canine present to it as well, and then like the bison almost like horns. It's very strange. And you just kind of start walking up into this ancient, toothy, frosted mouth.
Adeline, you think now is a bad time to share old Medodian mythos?
Is it something bad?
Perhaps.
Don't bother then, not yet.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
so
Stepping on into the mall, just lighting it up. Try to get a look around here.
Sana, would you be interested, perhaps? Something to keep the mind off the cold.
Like what?
That's what the spiced wine's for.
Ah. She looks down at
Don't
it.
tell me we already drank a gallon of that.
Usually I'd say no, but in this case, I seem to be having a literal brain freeze.
You guys start to come out the back of the break in the skull. There's just icy smoke, just kind of barely coalescing and wish-washing off the orifice, this cave entrance into one of the highest peaks of the Marbrook here. It's kind of pitch black as you're looking inside, but you have your light sources up now. And you can see it's sort of hewn out and carved almost like the inside of a tower as you look in. There's like a spiraling staircase like along the walls going up. And something strange is as you're looking up, Adlin, you guys are continuing on your way, is that you can see thick tree roots coming out as you're nearing the top.
Huh.
But as you're
I
kind of
guess let's
all
go up
taking this,
with that spell.
yeah, you have shelter right now actually from like all the elements, and it's for the first time in a while you're actually not freezing cold. Like you're still cold, but to you it's a bit comfortable for a bit here as you guys start taking the spiral up now. You come out on the side of the peak of the mountain in like this man-made square stone blocky structure. One exit, and it looks out to the banks of snow and the like high plateau here, the highest plateau. And there are 4 towers up here, kind of placed somewhere towards the center. And you see other towers kind of somewhat obscured by the mountains or like built in buttress to the mountains, continuing away from here throughout the mountain line. The strangest thing, though, is that there are these roots growing almost upside down, as if there was a tree below. You know there isn't. You were just spiraling up from down below. Anyhow, you see these tree roots just kind of spreading out every which direction. And at this point as well, you can hear the giants are kind of following you now, making their way up the stairs.
Okay.
You think that was perhaps the world serpent? That large head?
Maybe. Better
It's
question
still
is
snowing.
this world tree you're talking about?
It's still snowing where you are, but
What?
as you look to your left and to your right around this peak where you're at now, it's like you're on the inside of a snow globe. You can see there's like a thick wall obscuring around you, but it's otherwise, just lightly obscured up here at this highest precipice. And there's these 4 towers in the middle of this precipice area, like you see on the map, with roots almost going upside down, outward towards the sky. And then there are other towers that like come off of these towers. You can just maybe barely make out, hidden in the snow, buttressed to the rocks, continuing through the mountains.
Yeah. Well, think about it. If they destroyed that realm or whatever it is, they would have probably burned down the tree, right?
I don't think they would.
Looks like.
Alikos, with your knowledge that you learned as being a steward, and Sana would know this as well, you're not supposed to see this. The tree is not supposed to be branching out.
I'm confused as well.
And Sana, you know what these towers are, and you know that the world was damaged severely, and there was a patch job done in Barum, and it involved towers that kind of spread throughout its mountains,
Oh my god.
built by the Archmage, who is without name, but kind of founded the Empire. So what you see ahead of you, and there's nothing else here. There's no threats as far as you can tell, other than the giants who sound like they're following you. In your moments of deciding they are going to catch up.
You know,
They're like, oh, good.
we could. Kind of looking at the portal. Maybe. Kind of looks. Maybe they aren't intruding, but also fleeing. You think maybe they're fleeing from whatever's attacking their home? Even the World Tree is a miss, almost like it was desperately pushed out.
Yes, this seems wrong.
But
Well,
what? The giants. Why would they flee something that powerful, especially that Colossus we fought? Why would make even him flee? Something far more dangerous.
maybe.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Just be quiet and listen. Just try to see if they also can hear that noise.
Some of them can. What are your passives?
18.
18.
16.
Really hard for them to notice over the storm and everything, but I mean, if you trust them, it's almost like the placebo effect. Like you can hear it. There is this sort of the shoveling
Like something's
sound
eating.
from within the mountain.
Shoveling?
The shoveling, like ground being moved, the termite eating something from the inside out. Just a subtle crunch.
What do you think? Maybe the fact that this portal's opened, it's not that they're fleeing something. It's just that them opening this has made whatever this is try to spread these roots. God, what is up with all these fucking trees we're finding?
I'm not sure.
Like, hold on, honestly, what is up with these trees we're finding?
Adlin.
You found trees before?
Well,
One tried to kill me in the Feywild.
The fucking Feywilds. We ran into a goddamn blood tree. Now we got this fucking tree. You know what? No, I like trees. Not these trees, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm tired. What?
I'm not sure.
Here the
That's
giants are about to come out up here with you in the next turn.
Yeah. Adlin, remember he who should not be named when he tried to open a portal? The World Tree didn't, well, he did open the portal. The World Tree didn't respond to it. So this is something that the World Tree did respond to. So I'm not sure it's the mere presence of the portal, but it's something else. Why?
We come here to close it or not?
That's my question.
I don't know how, but I can try. We did in Bevel Bay. That's just a strong conjuration spell that was specific to that. I don't even know how it would work. What we do.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm half tempted to go inside of it. See what it is that could be
Shoot.
threatening these giants.
Don't you dare.
Alikos, isn't that supposed to be a dead realm? A place that should be just completely destroyed?
But look, it isn't.
Yes,
They're
but
all
look.
dead.
Yeah.
Are you
He's
implying that
so-
we just committed a genocide on our way up here?
They're already dead. They're all dead.
Their way, they shouldn't be here, Alikos.
If
And whatever's going on here, it's eating up this mountain, probably going to keep going. I'm sorry, Sana, but
if we wanted to attempt to close this, and she points at each of the towers, I believe it's going to take all of us.
well, then we need to make a decision now, because yeah, they're up here. All right, yeah. So what are we doing?
They're just standing right behind you.
Seems to be another patch job.
Wait, why did Mars want us to come up here? This doesn't make any sense. Is Electra nearby?
He
Electra,
flits
there you
onto
are.
his shoulder.
Giants walk right up to the roots of the tree.
Yeah. Electra, can you at least see what's on the other side? For me.
Let me check one thing real fast on how familiar works. If they have to be on the same plane of existence as me, then no.
Alikos, do you really want to know that bad?
Whatever it could be, it could give us answers.
Additional,
Maybe.
as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and ears and hears what it says. It doesn't say anything about it having to be in certain range of you.
I think it's got like the mile somewhere in there.
What does that? I also have.
I don't think anything is behind there. This is just a scar that should have stayed closed. This used to lead to Jotunheim, but that was destroyed long ago. I think this is just something that needs to be closed. Which, lucky for us, we have experience in.
I see I'm outmatched.
Alikos,
I won't push the issue.
if you hold on, how important is it to you to know, though?
It's my duty. As a sentinel to this world, as a sentinel, that kind of nods to the world tree. It's my job. And one I swore to uphold. You did too.
Well, then fucking get a rope.
Looks to you, son. No.
I-
Points to the
No.
little
Roll a
dragon.
nature check, Alikos.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Regular.
Everyone, no.
18.
Something's unnatural about this spilling bit of world tree. You get the sense it's an unintended tumorous mutation.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not. This maybe long ago in folklore, as you know, and as Sana has explained, would have been like sort of like an Olympia. This is where you could like reach the 9 realms. You know, you could go from Midgard to Jotunheim to Nilheim, but all these places after the Discordant era were destroyed. All those realities, all those realms were just clipped from the celestial system. For what, and then it was prophesized that this would open up again. And now that you're looking at it, yeah, it doesn't look good. And you can hear something's eating it, Adeline, this whole time. You've heard this like
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who
crunching
that-
of like wood and stone from underneath and in its hollow.
Yeah. Long story short, something's eating its way up, so we need to hurry up and do something.
Take a look.
You're sure it's
As you
eating?
guys have been
Yeah.
talking,
Let's
actually,
split up.
they have continued moving and have come up and are
Hmm.
like about to like climb down and into this like inverted stump.
Right. Oh.
And then you see
Let's
one of
go.
them just gets dragged down.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh God.
See ya.
Ooh,
We need
something
to
And
pull
then
it in.
replacing it is this long, 80-foot long serpentine stalk of bony, rigid spines, two long taloned claws, and bony wings.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. What the fuck?
We need to close this.
Can I
Now.
yell towards the
As
giants?
its body partially out of this
Oh
corrupted
my
world tree
God.
breach is
Are you
it
trying to kill us?
dwarfs these giants.
Discussions on we're fucking closing this.
Go, go,
or,
go.
Hell, that might be who needs the fucking shackles on it. I don't know. Either way, move.
We need to go to the towers.
Nope. Oh.
Agni and I will take the left.
Can you even walk?
Well,
Apparently, let's go.
Only one of us
Alright.
needs to, and she hops off of you,
Yep.
kind of wobbles, and then keeps going, taking Agni on the
Nope.
the disc.
As you guys are doing that, the mere presence of the bones of Nidhogg just disrupts the very life around it. As the giants just their skin begins to like flay a little bit, and its mouth begins to build up as if it's gonna do a breath attack, but it looks like it's gonna do cold, this big white breath, but it's like red hot, like it's gonna do fire. But then it just starts going all out and ripping into one of the giants with its claws.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh my
Grace.
We can't be here.
Ripping into this giant as you guys all start running to individual towers. How are you
Yeah,
doing
I think-
this?
I said Agni and I are gonna take the left, so I'm gonna drop her off and then head up.
And I think
Using,
Alico's taking the right.
Yep. I'll go high. Oh.
All right.
Agni,
Push.
limply and unable to stop her, just reaches out after Alikos for a sec, but can't go that way, so gets dragged with Sana.
On your little raft.
Just going,
You hear this undead worm, or like more
before we like,
beyond
start getting
undead.
real separate.
It's
Last for an
fiendish. I
hour.
will tell you what it says. It says,
I can
"As
hear it."
prophesied, I have returned." Like it's just like having this big like monologue. Father, witness me, and like it seems quite happy and like I am going to consume all the worlds. Yeah, it's not
So,
looking like a good moment. I need everyone to roll this
Yeah.
before they do anything. Sorry, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Oops.
And also, Alico,
Fine. I'm
I was
innocent.
gonna yell at you before Agni got too far, but I was gonna yell at you to grab the shackle
True.
Yeah, because it was on the thing with
in
the...
case me and you gonna do good.
Yep. I gotta spend my inspiration. I can't risk it. 23. Oh, so glad I did. Okay.
Yeah.
You make it. And
Roll
Adlin,
initiative. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I
I
fail with
disadvantage.
with my modifier, so fail.
on your wisdom save.
More time. Yeah, I have
You have,
3.
you have brave. You're a halfling.
Yeah.
Oh, not me.
You
Silly.
have a
Adlin. You have advantage.
Shit, thank you
You're
for
a
the thing.
halfling.
Wisdom save.
Hey!
Ah,
You're like your character is like his thing is that he's like the brave one.
Mhm.
Oh, would it make sense? Yeah, so you make it. Okay, and you guys begin splitting off. Go ahead and move your tokens.
Stay where you are, son.
Would-
Go nuts.
Tell Alikos, hey, we need to grab that shackle before we split off from them. So Alikos, you grab it or
Yep.
me?
He just looks at you like gives you the hell tit. Like, really? You're gonna carry it?
Sana is able to like
Fucking ran
move
with it.
this way. Agnesia following on the magical disc behind her.
Wait, Agni, push off the shackles.
Yeah, I would have given them the shackles. Sorry.
Yeah, this happens, of course, guys. And you guys start running off the other way. Where are you going?
I'm heading
The,
over to here.
the giants are like trying to fight this thing. And let me tell you, they're having a real bad time.
Oh,
Let me roll that damage.
my god. Oh wait,
As it
90
just
foot
Godzilla.
line?
It just does a
Oh,
Godzilla breath
Uh-oh.
on one of them.
But he was
Weren't you
already
moving?
moving. No, he hit it. You already moved with Adlin. You already moved with Adlin. Just haven't moved your token.
I'll
Don't
let
do
the
this.
DM decide. Okay.
If everyone else has moved, how have you not moved?
Fine.
Oh my god.
Boop, boop, boop.
You guys keep going. You don't get hit
Okay.
by this yet.
All right,
Is this
I
thing
dropped.
flying?
There's a hole through this. These giants are not gonna make it.
How high is this
very
thing flying?
long. This giant got bloodied in like one turn. Both of them. How? You get the sense that only part of it is sticking out, and it's a good 80 feet long.
Oh my god.
I
It
don't
is the
wanna
biggest
talk-
creature you have ever seen.
I do have these shackles.
Just give it to the giants. Do it.
Roll athletics, Malikos.
Yeah, as he dropped both his spear and his shield, so his AC reduced, just so he can carry these with both hands. Athletics. Nat effing 20, baby!
Yeah, this is your moment. You net yourself a inspiration there as you
Alright. As he looks between the
exceptionally succeeding here. And go ahead and describe it, put your own flavor on it.
As he's running to it, hearing the giants fight, as he's holding the shackles, and then remembering that prophecy. And remember Adlin's words and Agni's words, like F fate. You know, maybe he can stop the heavens unraveling just for a little bit. Just a little longer. And he kind of looks between the shackles and the tower as he kind of gives a sigh and makes his decision. And with no regrets, he turns and instead of kicking off the top of the route, he begins running up it.
Nice.
His next turn.
And as like Sana is like using stillness of the mind off in the distance, and Agnesia there watching you, and it's motivating for all of them to see you doing this so bravely. But Sana, something comes to you as well. The last part of the prophecy that after Nidhogg did return, once he was bound again, his fate would be cast with the rest of those realms. Like then they would forever be destroyed. And this is like you're literally seeing like prophecy being fulfilled now before your eyes, and you're kind of like, holy shit, your eyes just wide right now, Sana. You guys are continuing with another round of things here, so you've stillness of mind. You've got Agnesia to this tower, but you've still got to get her up. There's some like 60 to 80 feet tall. Actually, they're 90 feet tall. That was a bad guess. I should read.
Yeah, I've got 14 strength. I just fireman carry her up. I use a key point to like double dash.
Yeah, because it's important how many rounds it takes you to get up there, because
Yeah.
these giants are you're only gonna scapegoat for so long.
Yeah.
So what's
So,
your movement? And she just follows you. She's always 10 feet
45
behind you with that
halved.
spell.
So 20. Because I'm exhausted. So I get up 40 feet.
You don't have to carry Agni because she's on the thing.
She's on the thing.
You're
You
not
just
moving
follow.
half.
You're
Oh,
just 10
right.
feet behind.
For some reason my
No.
brain was like, it's not gonna fit. It's actually not that big.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Either way, I do have to like dash up.
I know, but how many turns does it take you to get up this 90-foot place?
90-foot place. I move 40 foot. It takes me 3 rounds.
From right
oh no,
here?
no, it
3
takes,
rounds?
it takes me 2 rounds. It takes me
You're
2
gonna
rounds.
die if it takes you 3 rounds. Okay, let
No.
me just do this right. Okay, it takes you 20
No,
feet
what?
to get to the center of the room, and then 110 feet you gotta go, and you can go 90. Okay, 2
I'm
turns, you're at the
exhausted.
top.
My speed is halved.
Okay, yeah, 3 turns.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like
Oh,
I
two
no,
turns.
listen to me. Okay, so my base speed dashing is 40, and then I use step of the wind to dash again, so 80. So it takes 2 turns, I think.
2 turns. Yeah, that's
Okay.
an important difference.
I know.
As you start rushing up. This stonework, very different in these towers than like the ruins you were just down at. There's not too much like ostentatious symbology in the carving. They seem to serve a purpose, and very geometric. Perfect circles within circles. As you're going up here, it's like you're looking at the walls, and it's like almost like a bunch of stacked rings. And as someone with an eye for this kind of thing, sauna, you can see where like there's certain like copper rings and like things in the wall that are just like not for show. They're like definitely for some kind of effect. An enchanted sort of construction in a manner. Anyhow, yeah, or this tower is like a material component in a way. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all I'm doing. It's part of something bigger. But you guys will make it up some time. Adlin, how long does it take you to make it up to this tower? What do you want to do?
And we see that Alikos is we could tell that he's kind of diverting off, right?
Yeah, he's running up the route with the
Yeah.
manacles that are made for the thing.
thing on-
Fulfilling
Well,
destiny as it's been
I
told.
can't
with your
let him
passive
do
insight.
something dumb without a little bit of help. So
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30.
That's your
He's gonna
destiny.
go to. Yeah, he's gonna go jump up on this route here, but with his action, instead of dashing that extra 15 feet, he's actually going to reach into the compartment on the arm and pull out the whistle and just give it a loud blow and just start shouting like, "Now's the time to fucking do something! Come on!"
What have you done?
He's just gonna blow into the whistle and hope that Agnes patrons, the ones who are very in fan of her, may one day come to help us. But yep, that's what he's doing as he's charging towards gonna try to intercept Alikos to help him out with this.
Bones of Nidhogg lock onto you as you do this. Alikos, continuing your way up.
Absolutely, and as he's running up, kind of focusing on this tumorous world tree underneath him.
Kind of sad. Like it used to be a once a living thing. It was part of. There was many worlds that were part of this, and they just got clipped. It was just this stuff's not good anymore.
As
And it went benign and returned.
all right, as he has only 2 level 1 slots left, but no level 2 slots. So he's going to try to channel his power, his life force, whatever he can do to be able to cast enhance ability. Try to get this last of the world. I will make a devil's bargain. I will take a permanent loss of a level 2 spell slot if I can cast this enhance ability just one time with no spell slots. A permanent sacrifice for a temporary boon. What's that?
Nice try. You're
Okay.
trying to get like an enhanced ability off here.
Okay.
You don't get a permanent boon, but we
No,
see
just
you
a
charging
temporary
up to do your thing. We'll jump back to that as you're running up to it. It releases a cold breath this
Yep.
way.
No,
Yep,
Adlin,
I accept
no!
my fate.
Adlin, what have you done?
What have you done? You fool.
Turn.
Hey, Adlin, you got any of them pocket nat 20s you wanna... Is there a nearby portent wizard? Nearby divination wizard? Called it!
Yeah, apparently there is. Because he rolls a nat 20. And I will give you that success, even though it's DC 23. So 92 cold reduced to half. This giant
Still a
is
lot.
just a frozen statue.
He's still up?
Let's see.
And
That's what I'm
Alikos,
trying to figure out.
Alikos, you hear
You have to be. Come on.
Alikos, you hear a whisper of a voice you swear you've heard before, coming from the darkness below, and even actually sounding like it's coming in your ear, like a friend behind you. Fulfill your purpose. And you feel embolstered with enhanced ability.
Holy crap! It went off.
Yeah. It's just like almost like a tap on, like a whisper in your ear, a whisper from the darkness below, and something says "fulfill your purpose" in like a familiar voice.
I know what's gonna happen. All right, as hearing that, he hesitates for a moment and then kind of gives one like sorrowful look at the tower, at Agni, like, fuck, I'm so... as he throws something off his belt, and quickly with that, he takes the chains, looks down, as he goes to jump on this thing to try to manacle it. Oh, got this inspiration ready. Oh, and I got that bardic. Here we go.
You got enhanced ability.
That's
so you're
true.
at advantage. Use the bardic, man.
It's true.
I think you might. I think
hopefully-
you might want to use.
Can I get? I wish I could get triple advantage of that inspiration, but
You can roll again if you want.
oh,
You
do I have
that-
to take?
You
the,
have it.
Do I have to take it?
No, you can take.
Okay. I'll take the highest of the three.
Yeah.
Okay. 23 plus 1d8.
Okay.
31!
31.
His
is the final
destiny!
result. See here, like, fulfill your purpose. And then, this is only the beginning. To control our fate, we must move with its current and bend it. And then we bend its path to our will. And you just kind of hear that as you reach out, and in a Hercules God of War moment, we see you run up the back of Nidhogg and begin one by one throwing these shackles onto him. The big one onto the back of his neck, and it just kind of stabs in, specifically made for him. As Alikos is doing this, you see his eyes are just glowing with red, hot, golden flames. And he has like an aura coming off of him right now as he's doing this. The dragon starts flailing around. It attacks you as this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it rears back and bites out at you and disrupts all the life around it. But you continue kind of like running down its body and slam on as it like goes to like claw you. You slam on the other cuff onto it. And you can go ahead and finish this out as
All right.
you imprison and destroy Nidhogg along with the 9 realms, or the 8 realms that he was a part of.
All right, just a very familiar Mars. And as he's just naming off all these war gods from past times, as he's one shackle to the other, as he's just biting and clawing, as it's almost being slowly kind of sucked back down into this tumorous portal, as he just keeps shackling it, as he vanishes from sight.
And as it begins to fall and collapse down, it begins to like break apart, like obliterate from the inside out, begins to implode. The benign world tree breach begins to just not close, but just shoot outward with energy as its body now collapses down. Its body collapsing makes a full-on breach, and there's this vacuumous. The giant that was remaining gets sucked into these realms as they're being destroyed, and as a chain result, going to unravel and destroy everything else connected to it, which is currently this world and all other worlds. Alikos, roll a strength save as you try not to get sucked in.
Oh god.
Swear
You
to
wanted to
fuck.
see what was in
21.
there.
Oh,
Yes.
baby. Come on, baby.
You are just kind of hanging on. You're able to like start climbing and getting away. You don't get sucked in just yet. Meanwhile, what has everyone else been doing? Adlin, you're still barely standing, chittering. Witness this.
Yeah, no. Never let a
DC
friend go do
thir-
something dumb on his own.
DC 30. Well, Adlin, I will say, with your passive insight, the only thing to do here is to shut the breach. Otherwise, you're all gonna get sucked in and die, no matter what you do.
Okay, yeah, in that case, running in the tower.
All right.
I have 30, and then I'd have 15 more feet to get further up in the tower.
All right. Yeah,
We're
Alikos. and Sana, you got Agnesia up to this tower. So the two of you
Yeah.
are just trying to get into position now.
Yep, I straight off, I get her and I look at her. Alright, are you good?
I'm here. I'm okay.
Alright.
And thank you.
I gotta go to
Sana.
the other one. Of course, she looks over at Alikos. You'll be fine.
Who's
Yeah,
like
right.
stabbing the steward spear into the ground, like fucking rock climbing to get away from this black hole, essentially, that is folding and collapsing.
And
See,
she,
there's like material components, alright?
Thank you.
And I use a key point to double dash and lunge off the edge using slow fall.
Low fall, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's good thing there was a monk here. We're cutting it close. Woof, as you launch off the building, yeah, you just kind of go diving down, almost like flying for a bit, just kind of gliding on the wind, and roll back up to your feet and start sprinting for the next tower. Meanwhile, Alikos,
Hold on, sorry. On Agni's turn, she used her final bardic inspiration. Yelled out to Alikos. Again, the same thing she said before. I love you. Don't die to that thing. Just repeats it over and over again. He can just hear it on the edge of the wind. She's just saying it because she doesn't know what else to say.
Yeah, you're clutching onto the edge of the parapet out there, yelling out to him over the storms. And Alikos, you kind of look over your shoulder and hear this as there's a fucking event horizon behind you collapsing. And roll me another strength save. You can use rage if you have any left. I'm not sure if you do.
He's cooked.
You just have to settle for your
24. Yeah.
plus 10. And once again, you were now able to like essentially get up to like the base of the tower, the last tower here. Sana, you'd be making your way up as well. All right. As you're continuing your way up and everyone's getting into position, those of you who are already like in the towers can feel them kind of shaking. Like Adlin, you would have just made it to the top by now. You feel it kind of shaking, like the roots are kind of everything's breaking and being sucked in, including the mountain itself. Like these towers are kind of tilting towards it. It seems like maybe even these towers might collapse if you guys don't figure this out in time. Agnesia, you're kind of holding onto that parapet. Ugh, you almost fall because you have no movement. You're 0 feet. Like you're literally holding onto this parapet and Electra's just like with you.
I have half movement.
Oh, you use Greater Restoration. That's right. So you're in half movement. Yeah, but still. And Sana and Alikos, if you're running up your towers, bricks and things on the inside are actually collapsing towards you. I need dex saves from both of you.
Again with this.
Sana, no.
Oh, wait, disadvantage.
How many nat ones have you rolled today? Good lord.
3?
17 bludgeoning, Sana.
Ooh. We have temp, huh? Yeah, it just takes it and keeps going. It hits off against her spectral wings a bit. Doesn't take too much, but ow.
Alright, and then half damage for you, Alikos, because you just get bombarded on the way up. Then, now, as you're all up there, you're all looking to each other from far across the way, this benign world tree collapsing in on itself and dragging your existence in with it. None of you is really sure what to do or how to work this, but as you're standing there, you are powerful beings and important people, and this series of events and the thing you are upon sort of recognizes that. And with each of you in position, one by one, glyphs begin to light up underneath your feet on the tops of these towers. All manner of arcane glyphs and celestial language, strong sense of abjuration and things coming from it, and just powerful creation magic. And
I try and gather as much information as I can while that's happening.
Maybe focus on the magic.
That's true.
there's a lot flashing on
Everything
around you. It's
magic,
you try to draw some to memory, and you hear this. You hear like this other voice, different than the voice you had heard, Alikos. It just appears to each of you. You have only one chance at this.
Oh.
Are you willing to give up your life for the world.
Yeah, fuck it. I've about died how many times just today?
Adlin feels this like ripping pain in his chest. What about the rest of you? You all hear
Say
this
yes,
ask
of
to you.
course.
He says yes.
You hear her start screaming over there as clearly their two towers are now activated.
And he says yes.
Yeah, it hurts, and you start screaming as well. Alico's probably the last to get into position, the last one looking upon all the others.
To the next life, my love. As he
Aw.
accepts.
Then you are all worthy to be guardians of this realm. As you all feel this searing pain through you, you permanently can't use half your hit dice
Oh shit.
Nice.
until something fixes that. As you give up half of your life force, this will continue as you level up. It'll just stay 50-50.
Cool.
And as you give up your as powerful souls and heroes selflessly give up your life force to then activate these portals, these towers, which pew, 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 all kind of sync up laser beams into the heavens and create this like trifecta of lights every which direction and geometric shapes kind of taking everywhere. It's a crazy miracle, an anomaly just twisting and whirling around you, this diamond of light that you're within. And then it passes, and it's over. And the tree is gone, as if it was never there. And the towers just slowly kind of go inert in a way. And the snow still falls, but begins to fall lighter as the dark clouds part and the bright heavens can be seen once again.
Did the portal close?
Gone.
Okay.
There was nothing there. You're just looking at
Still
the
on the
top
map.
of
I just wanted to make sure.
you're just looking at the top of a mountain.
And he just falls over.
Anna goes up to the edge looking for the others, sees them up. Then puts both her hands up in the air. Woo! It's just like jumping up and down.
Was just going downstairs to the base of this tower.
Yeah, Agni
Really,
manages to get up just barely and starts going down. Looking to see if everyone is alive.
I zoom down out of my tower.
Sound off if you're not dead.
Sounds like something's falling from above.
Oh. Sound off. Yeah, I mean, Sana screamed out, Alikos, Adla?
Suddenly landing here is a ivory-skinned individual wearing loose white robes with feathery white wings,
Holy crap.
gleaming eyes, golden hair. Silently looks about at the four individuals here. As it speaks, it sounds like it sings, and things that were still a bit chaotic and waning out. Everything just kind of settles a bit as this thing's voice rings out. And you have comprehend languages up.
And I speak Celestial, having
It says, "You know not in truth what you have done, but you have only fulfilled your purpose. Its power returns to its maker, and so shall the worlds unravel." But then it smiles and says, "But you are smiled upon. Take this." And just kind of as it raises out its hand, just a bit of light starts to shine in the palm, and then as it fades, it's just kind of holding a horn out. And looks to all of you, whoever's going to walk up and accept it.
I look at Alikos.
He's still at the top of the tower, looking down, seeing all this.
The only two that are down are Agni and Sana. Agni looks at Sana.
I jerked my head for you to move up.
Agni nods and she'll walk forward. Slowly, because she can't walk very fast. Electra coming to sit on her shoulder.
Continues to speak in Celestial. And it
Agni
says,
fully
now,
speaks
now that the
Celestial, but she has been learning for about 2 months.
It essentially says, "Now that you have ensured the last war, take this. May golden harps play at your backs as celestial tabards parade by your side. The heavens smile on the heroes." And it presents you with this pristine, celestially crafted horn, which, from the sounds of it, summon a bunch of holy warriors once to lay the smackdown. Begins to flap up and sort of flies up and over to Alikos' tower.
Agni had this sour look on her face when it said that, but she took the horn anyway.
Yeah. Seeing just this radiant creature just descending from the heavens, he doesn't know how to respond. He just falls to both of his knees. Yes.
He says, the rest of you might understand that it says to Alikos that you are just a man. You are tasked with much. But yours is a task to unmake all tasks. And that your decision still awaits at the end or the beginning. It kind of glowers at you. It looks at you like it's a little bit angry at you, and it says in
He
Celestial.
just dips his head. He doesn't know how to respond. He also doesn't know what it's
Looks
saying.
looks back to what happened, looks back to you, and kind of bites its lip and doesn't say anything else. Just flaps its wings. You feel that breeze against your face as it takes off into the skies. As almost as if there was like something more that it knows, but it can't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But familiar words to you once again that there are choices yet for you to make, that your destiny is actually built around some final choice. But you guys showed good stripes today, and in the moment, some of you, and just in the heart drop, being willing to make a sacrifice. But things seem to settle up here, and it's snowy. You're on the top of a very high mountain, but you can see it's summer once again as you look out. It's bright, and you can actually get a real nice tan up here. The snow is super reflective. I'm sure all of you kind of regather with one another. Somewhere towards the center, crunching along the snow, bodies aching. Still cold, but now with the comfort of friends and forged family. Oliver pops his head out of the snow.
I think it's time to leave.
You're right. That. Can't believe what I
Don't
just saw.
Don't think about it too much. We should get off the mountain.
Donna stares up at where it came from and disappeared.
It took you a full day to get to this point. It will take as much to get down. And you guys are near deadly levels of exhaustion. At least it's not as cold.
I.
How about we go down the ice slide and use one of those buildings for the denny?
You sure you don't want us to stay here? We could stay in one of the towers.
He says just stay here.
Yeah, let's do that then.
I set up tiny hut on we'll do this tower.
Camera sort of lazily follows you guys towards the entrance of this tower, but doesn't make it all the way in. Just kind of gets drifted off with the breeze and off with some of the birds that have now returned to these peaks. It slowly ventures out further and further away, and get a nice backdrop shot of the Marbrook mountain ranges, Fort Auger down below on its southwest side, and the green fields surrounding it, and vultures watching the rest of the countryside, which your adventures shall entail when we continue next time on 20 Cyber Tales.
Tail.
Girls.